Okay, hello, and thank you for tuning in to this unique episode of Pro Tri News. Now that the Olympic qualification period is over, we thought that we would keep our ITU World Triathlon listeners engaged by having a few athletes come in. They're all in their final weeks of preparation before Tokyo and have nothing to do but come on and chat with me about all things triathlon. And I actually asked Morgan to come in last week, but he told me that the only way he would be willing to come on the Pro Tri News podcast would be if I got Flora Duffy involved as well. So I'm sitting here with two Tokyo-bound Boulder locals. This is Morgan Pearson and Flora Duffy. Thanks for coming on, guys.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, no, it's great. This is a new thing for all of us, I think. Anyways, I'll start with you, Morgan. So you emerged from the void of 2020 with 2 World Triathlon Series podiums, which is the most by any American male, and you've really stamped yourself as a threat for a medal in Tokyo. Just give us an update of what you've been up to here in Boulder.
Thank you. I have been training pretty normally as I did all of last year and all of this year. Haven't changed much. The big difference now is preparing for the heat in Tokyo. I'm sure it sounds like you're going to ask some more about that, so I won't go too much into it, but going to the sauna, wearing extra clothing, training in the heat when you can. So that's been the only big change, but other than that, I'm just trying to keep it relatively the same. And yeah, I think you don't want to overdo it and change too much.
I think that's a really good point. That does bring me into our next question. I think you've made social media very aware that you like to dress up for training, and I'm just wondering if you think that Flora wears enough clothing in training.
Right. I don't know. I don't train with Flora that much. Every so often I'll see her at the pool, but I don't really see what she's doing. But from her social media, she's usually posing in Lululemon stuff, and it's not enough clothing in my eyes.
Posing. Training in nice Lululemon.
Can you give us your thoughts on Tokyo
appropriate
heat
clothing
prep and clothing?
I think I train in appropriate clothing. I'm not on board with the long sleeve tops in 90 Fahrenheit. But anyway, I'll leave that to Morgan. He's got more World Series podiums than me this year, so perhaps he's on to something. But yeah, the Tokyo heat is definitely a big factor of this year's Olympics. I've started my heat prep this week, and it's just kind of sort of trying to acclimatize to the heat and humidity. Luckily, it's quite hot here in Boulder. We don't really have the humidity, so I'll be doing some indoor sessions. I have one of my spare rooms where I have a treadmill and my trainer set up, and I have a humidifier and a heater in there, so I can kind of get the sort of same conditions that I'll expect in Tokyo and do a few sessions in there, as well as trying to swim in some warm water, because the water in Tokyo it's super hot and a big factor in the race.
Well, it sounds like you're both going to be ready, whether it's hot water or more clothing.
Where's the hot water that you swim in?
Secrets. No, I'm just going to wear either a wetsuit or a neoprene cap for some sessions.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
If we catch you running in a neoprene cap.
I thought about not a neoprene. I thought about wearing a beanie. But it's hard. Like when you wear lots of clothes, it makes it a lot harder. Mm-hmm. So it's a balance, because you still want to run you don't want to have an awful session. So still figuring it out.
Okay, cool. I think we've talked enough about the heat. I guess I have a question for both of you that's kind of on the same page. Flora, this is your 4th Olympic Games.
Yep.
I guess, how has your preparation or mindset changed since you were heading to your first Olympics back in 2008?
Yeah, that's a long time ago now. They make me feel very old. Thank you, Chelsea. I don't think either of you were doing triathlon then, were you? No. So yeah, it's a big difference going into the Olympics now in 2021 versus 2008 when I was, I think, 20 years old. Yeah, and a lot has, I guess I've accomplished a lot in that time period. A lot of stuff has gone right, a lot of stuff has gone wrong. But I mean, I'm definitely a lot more comfortable, I guess, competing on Olympic stage or in high pressure races versus when I was 20 and had no idea what I was doing. So yeah, I'm a lot more serious. Everything's a lot more dialed. I have a lot better sponsors and support, and a lot of people on my team trying to make me the best that I can be and perform the best that I can be on the day. When am I racing? July 27?
I think
Yes,
so.
I've been saying it wrong the last few weeks, so I think it's July
6:30
27.
a.m.
6:30 a.m.
Men are the 26th.
Yeah, so the 27th. So, yeah.
Thank you. And then my kind of similar question for you, Morgan, is what are you most looking forward to for your first Olympics?
I don't like that question. Everyone asks it, what are you looking forward to most? I don't know. The race. I haven't been to the Olympics 4 times, so I don't know what to expect. And also with COVID, there's going to be pretty high protocol, so it's not going to be something where we can go watch the swim meets after the other races, other events. So makes it pretty simple just to focus on the race, and I guess that's what I'm most looking forward to. I'm lucky that I'll be able to race twice, so that's going to be also very cool. But yeah, I'd say the race. And
Good answer. I think all of the fans want you to be looking forward to the race rather than the parties.
What else? What
No,
are
there
the
won't
other
be any
answers?
parties.
No
Yeah.
parties in
I
2021.
think, yeah, it's going to be such a weird Olympics.
I'll tell you what I'm not looking forward to is the food. Based off Yokohama, if that's any preview of what the food
No,
is.
you'll be in the village with a massive dining hall. I think
Flora,
it'll be good.
what should Morgan be looking forward to most, and what advice does he need?
Actually,
Oh my
I have another
gosh.
answer.
Okay, back to you.
Apparently, you get lots of clothing for this when you go to the Olympics, so
Yeah.
I'm
More
looking forward to
clothing.
that. Getting more clothing, to more layers, and that's that.
Yeah, we're going to be walking around in his like full tracksuit. It's like
100 degrees.
100 degrees, 100% humidity, sweating it
It's
out.
always, it's really weird when you're like, how do you warm up in the heat? It's really weird.
Well, I think the whole point is you're not supposed to do,
But like
do
you
too
want-
much.
You
'cause
want
you
like
don't.
blood flow in your legs and stuff, but you don't want to
Right.
overheat. So it's
Yeah, you need to do the appropriate amount where you can wake your body up, but you don't want your core temperature to be rising, and you don't want to be sweating buckets before you start.
okay.
So you want to implement a lot of cooling mechanisms during your warm up. Ice vest.
It sounds like that's our advice from
Yeah.
our 4-time Olympian
Oh,
to
yeah.
our first-time Olympian.
Was it hot? It was probably hot in Beijing.
Yeah, Beijing was actually quite hot and humid, but I don't think it's as bad as Tokyo.
Okay.
But yeah,
No,
maybe
but-
I'll give you advice off air.
Okay.
I won't tell
All right.
everyone my
She wants her
Secret
advice to be
protocol.
just for Morgan.
yeah.
Good, fair enough. All right, I have a few more questions for you, Morgan. If you could train with anyone besides Flora or Chase McQueen, who would it be?
Does it have to be triathlete?
No,
Uh,
they have to help your Tokyo prep though.
I really like Julian Wanders. I don't know if you know who that is.
No, I know runner.
That guy's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Good
he
answer.
seems to train pretty hard too.
Yeah. Well, I think we all know you as the hard worker. We know you have a club called the All Hard Work Club. And Flora, I just want to know if you think you work hard enough to be in Morgan's All Hard Work Club.
I don't know. They have tagged me on Instagram, so perhaps that means I think they have. I should
think-
check.
I don't.
Or not.
She definitely works hard enough, but
I don't wear enough clothes
she
to be
needs
in the
to
club.
talk more about how she works hard to be in the club.
Is this a
don't
club you
need-
need to be in?
No, I don't need words to express my all hard work. It's the results, Morgan.
Okay.
Well,
It's the world titles.
Results. There you have it. Well, I have one more question for each of you. For Morgan, who will win the women's race in Tokyo? You can tell me off air if you'd like.
I don't know. I mean,
You can give me a few.
I think Flora has a good chance. She's been racing well, and I think that the British girl, Georgia Taylor Brown, she could be good, but she hasn't raced all year, so we don't know how she is. And I think the dark horse is Spirig. she'll show up and probably be ready to rip.
Ready to rip. I don't think you're alone in thinking that. And my last question for you is, who will win the relay in Tokyo?
Ooh, the relay. The French. Sorry,
No.
America. Morgan. I think the French are the clear favorites because of their past history in the event. But I think the U.S. could pull off something. Team Bermuda won't be there. Maybe in Paris.
Bermuda and Paris. And I did have one final question. I know a lot of listeners and us at Pro Tri News are curious. What are your post-Tokyo plans? Can we put you on our podium predictions for St. George in, when is that? September, October?
I think it's September 15th, something like that.
St. George's in September?
Yeah, 70.3 Worlds. Yes, that is my plan to do it. Assuming I stay healthy and can prepare properly for it. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. My TT bike is there, ready to go, ready to get on it as soon as I come back from Tokyo.
Awesome. We will definitely be looking forward to seeing you in that for our St. George discussions. Okay, well, unless there's anything either one of you want to say to our millions of listeners and viewers, I think that's it for today. Thank you, both of you, for coming on this rainy Boulder day. It has been a pleasure to chat, and also you are our first guests in person on Pro Tri News.
Thanks for having
Wow,
us.
well, thank you for having us, Chelsea.
All right, until next time, thank you.